morning are Atlantic bottlenose dolphins. That's probably the most familiar of several different types of whales and dolphins that you can find along the Georgia coast. There are 32 different kinds of dolphins in the world, and this is just one. These are the ones that are most popular in movies and TV and aquariums, like Georgia Aquarium. So now that you met the boys, we're going to shift gears a little bit, and we're going to introduce you to our females. Now, the female dolphins are a little bit younger, and they're not quite as seasoned as the male dolphins. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring them out for you, and we're going to do an actual training session. So we're going to be interacting with them and working on some of the things that aren't quite ready for our full show, so you'll get to see it before anybody else does. We'll also show you some of the ways we build relationships with the animals, and the relationship is really the key for how we get them to do all the amazing things that you see during the show performance. Behind me are a series of pools that are connected by underwater doors, and the door that I'm standing above right now will open in just a moment, and we'll be joined by a whole group of dolphins, 4 new dolphins, and their trainers. I hear the pitter-patter of dolphins. Here they come. Let's welcome them. The dorsal toe behavior with the animals is one of the ways that the trainers and the dolphins not only can get from place to place, but also spend quality time interaction with each other in the pool. Molly and Drew are showing you that not only can you reinforce the animals with fish, because of course they love to eat, but more often than not, you'll see the trainers giving the animals a simple tickle on the tongue, a pat on the back, or cheering for them for something that's well done. And of course, it's a lot of fun as well. We have the best jobs in the world, and animal trainers like Molly and Drew find their interaction and their relationship with the animals to be quite reinforcing. It looks like Molly and Drew are going to bring them right up close so that you guys can get a nice look. Let's give all 4 of these guys a big hand. Thank you all. Buzzword to you, but it's how we live our lives every day. Basically, whenever the dolphins do something correctly, we acknowledge that behavior. Like we talked about, it could be a handful of fish, it could be a toy, it could be a rub on the back or a tickle on the tongue. What's important is not so much the reward that the animal is offered, but the timing of when you give that reward. We want to make sure that the acknowledgement and the timing of that reinforcement is very important. Now, some of the behaviors that we do are very complex and involve joining the animals in the water. So what Molly's going to do is she's going to show you the dorsal toe behavior, which the dolphin will literally pull Molly all the way across the pool. Molly will line the dolphin up, hold on to the fin on her back, and what she'll do is make her way across the pool. And you'll notice some trainers along the front of the pool holding a large stick. The stick and the ball on that stick help the dolphins know where to go. So whenever we're teaching a behavior like this, a lot of times we rely on other trainers to help show the animals where the destination or the goal is. Now, if we wanted to get a little more fancy or a little more complex and take that same behavior you just saw, but reposition where the trainer is, we could do that quite easily. So watch this next behavior. The dolphin is essentially doing the same thing. The trainer is just in a different position. And that's what all of our trainers from Miami call surfing dolphin style. Very nice, Drew. So this is definitely a lot of fun, but also caring for animals is a lot of hard work. And what we're going to do throughout this presentation today is not just show you about the relationships that we build with them and the ways that we train them, but we're going to wrap things up in just a minute with part of the finale of our show. And we'll get to that in just a couple couple of seconds. For now, we're going to show you how we can take the destination or the goal for the animal and move it, let's say, from the front of the pool or in the water to high above the surface. In just a minute, from the ceiling, you see a large buoy come dropping out. And when that buoy comes down, it'll all the way down to the surface of the water. And when that buoy hits the surface of the water, it's going to absorb some of the water and create a drip. Now, when the buoy hits the surface, the animals will see it and hear it, and they're actually going to use the drip to help them kind of predict where their jump is going to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask Kukanala, she's the dolphin on your far right, to dive down 30 feet to the bottom of the pool. She's going to build up speed, about 20 miles per hour. Any luck, she'll hit that buoy right on target. Molly's going to give it a signal. There it is. Kukanala's diving down to the bottom. She's up and right on target. Well done, Kukanala. Kukanala is actually one of our younger dolphins. She came to us from Dolphin Quest in Hawaii, and the name Kukanala actually means rising sun in the native Hawaiian language because she was born at sunrise. But what if we wanted to get more fancy? What if we wanted to teach a dolphin not just to touch this target with their snout? What if we wanted them to touch it with a different part of their body? So what Drew and Phoebe here are going to do is he's going to ask Phoebe to do the same behavior except touch the buoy with her tail. So watch when Phoebe gets in the air. It's going to look like Phoebe might miss it, but then she'll whip her tail up, she'll do a flip, and let's see if she can get it right on target as well.
That's amazing.
So that's really as simple as it is. Of course, you don't start the buoy way up high. You start it down near the surface of the water, and you increase that intensity as the dolphins get more comfortable and further along in their training. All right, we're going to shift gears now. We're going to ask, I guess these guys are going to shift up. We're going to bring out the two other females. These names are a little bit more complicated. You've got Bermudiana, who's coming up next. Anyone guess where Bermudiana's from? Bermuda, right? And Lily. Lily's from Bermuda as well. They both joined us from one of our partner locations, Dolphin Quest, which has a location in Bermuda as well. Now, these are our two youngest dolphins. They're our two smallest, and I'm not partial or anything, but I think they're the two cutest. You've seen how we can use the destination, the buoy, or the target to show the animals where we'd like them to go, but we can also use the buoy to teach the animals the direction we'd like them to rotate. A lot like how a gymnastics coach might spot a gymnast as they're learning to tumble. Ashley's going to use the buoy to spot Luna as she comes up out of the water, and we teach her a somersault. Watch the buoy, watch how Ashley rotates the buoy underneath the surface of the water. It's kind of like following the bouncing ball. What the dolphin is doing here is basically eyeballing the ball, and when they see that destination or target, the trainer is moving it in a somersault. Now, as the somersault gets higher and higher, and the animal gets more comfortable learning how to tumble under the water, we can get even more fancy and raise it higher and higher. So these baby steps, or these little approximations, allow us to take the flip from underwater to up in the air. Not bad for a little dolphin, huh? But if we have the dolphins doing the flips way over here, that would not be as impressive as if we had the dolphins doing these behaviors closer to our audience. So you guessed it, you can move the position of the buoy or the target anywhere you want in the pool. So let's see, how many buoys do we have out there now? There's 1, 2, 3. So if you have a camera, you'll want to focus it on each of these buoys, and what we're going to do is we're going to show you what the final behavior would look like as we get close to the final response. So way over on your left is another trainer, that's Lisa. Lisa's going to give the signal for the flip, and we'll see if our smallest dolphin, Bermudiana, can get a forward flip in all 3 spots.
Whoa! That's cool.
In our Dolphin Tale show that we present regularly here, one of our most favorite crowd-pleasing behaviors is a behavior that we call the standing man, or in this case, the standing woman. Ashley's going to be joining Luna in the water now for a behavior that requires not just trust and cooperation, but balance on the part of the dolphin and the trainer. What is Bermuda doing? Doesn't she know I'm trying to talk over here? Check out Luna and Ashley. Nice. Of course, some of the things that you saw today are not quite ready for the show, so if you are annual pass holders or members here at the aquarium, as we continue to teach these younger dolphins new moves, you will see these newer behaviors implemented and layered into our show performance. So this gave us the unique opportunity not just to rehearse or practice some of these things with the dolphins who don't do them yet in the show before a live audience, but it gave you an opportunity to see something that really none of our guests have ever had the opportunity to see. What we're going to do now is we have enough theatrical effects to present the finale of our regular show. So at least you'll get to see a part of the full presentation that you would have seen if we were able to present our show in its entirety. At the conclusion of our presentation today, we're going to have some trainers stationed near the exits so that if you have questions or you want to visit with them, they'll be able to be out there for probably 15-20 minutes at the end of the show to chat with you and meet and greet you. But for now, we'd like to express our appreciation to you for dealing with our hiccup as we present the finale of our Dolphin Tale show. You guys enjoy your day here at Georgia Aquarium. Thanks again for joining us, and enjoy our finale of Dolphin Tales.